This video is about solving multi-step inequalities. So inequalities mean that we have the greater than, less than, greater than equal to, less than equal to sign. And so there's just a little bit of a difference when we work with inequalities. One of the main ones is that we don't have just one answer. We have multiple answers. So we want to be able to show how we can write all the answers that are available without trying to write them out individually. That would be forever, and so we couldn't do that. So we want to be able to know how we can represent our answer in a bit easier way when working with these inequalities. So let's look at some examples. So these say solve the inequality. First one says 5x is less than 16 plus x. Now when solving inequalities, they will have the same process if they had an equal sign. So when we were solving equations, it's going to be the same process. We want to get the variable by itself on one side and everything else on the other side. And the way we do that is do the opposite operation that's there. So we have a 5x on the left side, we have an x on the right, and a 16 on the right. So we're going to move this x to the left. It's added, so the opposite operation would be to subtract. And then we have 5x minus 1x. Remember, we can put a 1 there. And so that leaves us with 4x less than 16. X minus x is 0. And then we want to get x by itself, so we need to get rid of the 4. It's 4 times x, so to get rid of multiply, we want to divide both sides by 4. And we get 4 divided by 4 is 1x, less than 16 divided by 4 is 4. So x is less than 4 is our answer, meaning anything that's smaller than 4, including all of the, it's not just whole numbers, it includes all the decimals and fractions and whatnot, are part of the answer, the solution to this inequality. And so writing it like this includes all of them. Next example. Solve the inequality. 13x minus 4 is less than 12x minus 1. Again, solving is the same process. So I'm going to move the 12x to the other side. It was positive, so I'm going to subtract it so that we have 12x minus 12x is 0. Now 13x minus 12x is 1x. We still have the minus 4. Bring down the less than sign, and we still have a negative 1. Keep going. We want to get rid of the 4, so we're going to add it since that's the opposite of subtract. And so we have x, negative 4 plus 4 is 0, is less than negative 1 plus 4 is 3. So x is less than 3 is our answer. Another example. Solve the inequality. 7 times the quantity x plus 4 greater than 0. All right, so here we have to distribute the 7. So 7 times x is 7x. 7 times 4 is 28. And we keep solving. So now subtract 28 from both sides. We have 7x, that's 0. 0 minus 28 is negative 28. And divide by 7 on both sides. So x is greater than negative 4. All right, next example. Solve the inequality. Negative 9x over 11 minus 7 is less than negative 5. Okay, so first let's get rid of the 7. We're going to add it since it was subtracted. We have negative 9x over 11, that's 0, is less than negative 5 plus 7 is 2. Now on this one, we can work this a couple ways. Notice it's divided by 11, so we can multiply both sides by 11 so that those cancel. We have a negative 9x left over, and then 2 times 11 is 22. That got rid of the fraction, so now we need to get rid of the negative 9. It's multiplied, so we're going to divide by a negative 9. And we get x over here, and we can leave this as negative 22 ninths. However, here's where the difference is with inequalities. If I happen to multiply or divide, so multiply or divide by a negative number, then we have to flip the sign. So notice it was a less than sign when we started. Now, because I divided by a negative, it's greater than. So our answer becomes x is greater than negative 22 ninths. That's it for these examples. As you work through the lesson, if you have any questions, make sure to ask your teacher. Have a great day.